Medicare Advantage. Oh, now it's being recorded. So we run our division completely separate from the Medicare Advantage side, the Silver Script side, and we just have one website, aetnaseniorproducts.com, and that's what you'll probably have your G&W number as your username. So it's the same site that we have for members. So if they're PC savvy or if they have someone who's helping them, they can log in here and have access to their account. They can, look up claims, download the claim forms, upload the claim forms. If they lost their member card, they can request it, download it, print it, or even change bank accounts. So that makes it very user-friendly for them. And then it's the same site that providers use to validate that they're a member. So wanted to point that out because I've had people tell me they couldn't get routed to it from like Silver Script. So we are rated A by Excellent by A&M Best. This is where you can see I've condensed a lot of slides into one, but we've been in the market for 35 plus years as far as like the med sub side. We have over 400 agents for you and 120,000 agents that are licensed. But when we got purchased by CVS, they ended up wanting to have their stamp, just like every big company does. They want their stamp on some of the products. So that's where the Ascendo line came from. And it doesn't mean it's replacing, doesn't mean it's we're discontinuing from the Protections Continental side. It just means we have more options. And they're designed a little differently, especially on the FE side, you'll see. But they have, two med subs they can pick from and two final expense just to see which one's, more of a fit for them. Now, I did add our product availability chart, so you can see we have a lot to choose from. I came to Aetna because I was just enamored by all the ancillary products, great door openers, great to cross-sell, and you can sell these year-round. So you could sell any of those at the same appointment with the Medicare Advantage minus FD, but, again, it's something that's perfect for what Medicare to me is looking like Swiss cheese. Those pockets are getting deeper and bigger, and we've got some stuff to plug them up with. So this will be also available to you, and you can just click that link to go directly to it. But I just like to point that out that, hey, we always have things that are being added in different states. So don't assume if it was never in North Carolina that it won't be there next month. Who knows, tomorrow. But okay, I'm trying to run a little through because I know we lost some time there. Now, I wanted to do a comparison. We don't like to do the word versus because we're not picking between both kids. We're just showing you what their options are, and it just depends on what what they're looking for. So again, this right here is just a snapshot. You can see that there's a lot of similarities. We treat like the underwriting and the admin stuff that goes behind the curtain just the same. What you'll see is what's different is in red. And I just typed Ascendo FE in red because, well, their sales kit's in red. But when it comes to the actual graph, you'll see that that's just the differences. Where like you see policy fee is $40 for non-commissionable, and on the protection series it is. So again, we'll send that to you guys so you can have that handy. Make sure you guys are still, yeah, good. We'll make sure you see my screen. And first of all, the protection series. Now, I learned something new. I knew we had the super preferred rate, and no one really gave me the amount until last week. And that's where I was like, hold the presses, ACC, who? Again, can't pick my favorites, but it just depends on what's going to be a good fit for your client. And we all know final expense is great for that peace of mind so that they know that in their absence that the family will be taken care of. When I first started insurance, I remember one of my managers, he said something to me that I thought that is a really good way to put it. He sat in front of a couple and he said, okay, Mrs. Jones, let's just say something happens to your husband and he's no longer with us. What are you going to do? What's your first step? And he'd look at him and they go, no, you can't look at him. He's no longer here. What do you have in place right now to move forward, to cover his funeral costs, to cover the bills? And that's where it usually kind of really put, wow, we haven't done anything. So I always think of that when I think of final expenses. Put them on the spot, and don't let them look at each other, because it's true. What do you have in place as today? Because a lot of people, when you're already upset about the death of the loved one, trying to plan around it is not, you're not in a great state of mind. But with this plan, you can see that if they get in, they're locked in. And you can tell your clients with any of our plans, minus med sup, because those are always different, but today is the cheapest rate they'll ever get. Because if they keep waiting, those premiums are going to go up. If they do it today, then they're going to get locked into that premium rate. We do have a 30-day free look, so if they don't like it, they can always get a refund. Let's see, yeah, and then we have the super preferred rate, which I don't want to bust the bubble yet, but I'll get there in a second. Okay, so we do have it to where it's a level plan, and they do go up to, or let's say down as low as 45 years old, up to 89 years old. They can do the minimum death benefit of $2,000. It can be for, let's say, 45-year-old, if they want to max it out and do $50,000, help the family pay bills, keep them going for a while until they're back up to their feet, or pay off the mortgage. It's whatever they want to do with the money. There is the annual policy fee of $40. We go by the age of their last birthday. So again, today is the cheapest you hit it. Wait any longer, then you're going to have the next age level. We do have the children's term insurance rider. We have the accidental death benefits rider. And again, these are going to be very similar to the Ascendo side. Now, I'll make sure I'm not stealing my thunder just yet. Okay, I'll do it in a second. So as far as for the children's insurance rider, they can be for the child, the stepchild, a legally adopted child, grandchild, legally adopted grandchild, or even great-grandchild. So they make sure that they cover everybody, and it can be up to $10,000 per child. So, and then when they become, I think it was like when it gets 22, they can convert it to their individual policy. So it's just nice that they can take it with them. There's also that accidental death rider I just mentioned that pays 100% of the policy's base amount if they have an accidental death through ages 40 through 70. Now, both plans do have these as an option. They both have the reduced paid up insurance. They can also do the auto premium loan. They can do the extended term insurance, or they can build the cash value. I'll move forward because I know we're getting short on time. Okay, so I didn't see the slide on there. The super preferred rate is 20%. Can you believe that? That's where I went, what? Because our Ascendo, their super preferred rate is 10%. So that's like if you have a client that's already a Aetna member, whether they're under the Ascendo lines or under the Continental, or they're under our new Aetna, whichever. As long as they're under our umbrella, they get credit, and it's like a bundling discount, or multi-product discount. I think that's what we're going to use, and that way they can get 10% reduction on their premium for their final expense. So it's whether they already were or if they're going to be. The discount will be applied only to the final expense. But for the Ascendo, we don't just have level, we have the modified. So if they're not in the best health, they can still get the policy if their age is 40 to 75. It can be a minimum of $2,000, or they can get up to $25,000. They also have the same rider benefits if they want to do the accidental death, or if they want to do the non-accidental death. So, and again, this plan also goes as their last birthday. And I know I'm flying through this because I have more slides and I have some examples I want to show you. And again, I will provide this so you can always have it for later. Now, as I mentioned, they do the cash value flexibility. Just looks like a different, slide. It's not the little four squares, but no, it's the same as reduced paid up insurance, extended term, auto premium load, and build cash value. So again, we try to make sure that they have those options for them. And this just goes in a little bit more detail. So if you want, again, you can look at it later, but I have some exciting little examples to show you. And I want to make sure I still stay within my 30-minute slot. So we're going to do a little bundling. So I got this from one of our previous employees. He now is on the agency side and helps promote this Continental Protection Series. And so he's the one that actually gave me the numbers of 20. Wow. So this is what he actually shows his guy. And so he didn't mind me stealing it as long as, you know, it helps the brand. But make sure I go a little higher up. See, Brad, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this thing to fit in here so you can see the whole page. Okay, there we go. So if you're familiar with our Aetna quote and enroll, we're just playing in the sandbox right now. So it is identical to the actual application. It's just at the very end, it won't let you hit the little button that says submit. But everything else is the same. It lets you save, like if you're just playing around with the quote, it'll save it too. But let's just say you're doing this for real. So you're going in there, you're typing in your client's information, and you save it, you send them a quote, it'll save it for you. So if they decide, yes, we want to go back to it, you can open it up. You don't have to retype everything. Matter of fact, it's so easy that you can, not easy, I'll just say convenient, because you can add other types of policies. So if they wanted that final expense and the Medicare supplement and maybe the dental vision and hearing plan, you could do all those products on one application. And even if it was for a couple, then you have both of them on there on one application. So you're not having to ask for their bank account information again. It's like you did it once, it covers them all. So for the example you see in front of you, this is going off the zip code. I think that's actually national zip code. I'm in Texas, so I'm in my region. But this is for a 70-year-old female, non-smoker. She wants $5,000 face amount, and she is getting a Plan G with the household discount. So her monthly premium would be $127, right? So let's just say we're using that bundling discount. So right here you can see we haven't hit quote yet, right? As soon as you hit quote, it goes from $29.58 to $24.33. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but this is only $5,000 benefit. If they do more, you'll see it'll do a deeper discount. Yeah, it's the same one. So you can get both of them at the same time. Again, if this is an existing MedSup member, they can get that discount on the FE plan. Now, if it's under the protection series, it's going to be the 20%. If it's under the Ascendo, it's 10. Now, they also have a little bit of a different on the commission structure. They have two different types of strategies, I guess you'd say. So I'm going to move back down. So I'll hit that strategy in just a bit, but right here you can see these are the health questions. So you can see how easy it's just a yes and no. We don't require a telephone interview, so yay! You can do this a lot quicker. If your client is a tangible person, you probably already had the appointment. You want to go upload it, you can do that. Leave the paper copy with them, take your copy and enter it live, because if you fax it, did you know there's 10% error message or error rates on faxes in general, not just us? That is just the statistic. So think about it. My luck, I'd probably be that 10%. But if you enter it, you know, as soon as you hit submit, you will get a confirmation back, and that will be your client's member number. So it's not that you know we got it, but you already know what their ID would be if they were approved. So like if they're in, say, they're in open enrollment and you're doing their Medicare supplement, you submit it, you can tell them, Mrs. Jones, I've already got your ID number, you've been approved. Now, when it comes to the underwriting, now, in order to qualify for those super preferred rates, they have to go through underwriting. So if you have someone who is maybe already had their Medicare supplements, they're past their open enrollment period, and they're going to have to be underwritten, our final expense shares the same requirements as our MedSup. So if you know they pass for underwriting on Medicare supplement, they will pass for the final expense too. And so we always say, go through the drug list, see if there's any medications that you need to highlight or knock off, saying, I'm sorry, this won't qualify you. Well, then you know they're not going to be qualified for the FE plan too. Maybe the modified under the Ascendo, because it does kind of it's not as strict, I guess you'd say. Okay, moving forward. Let's see about time. 5 minutes. Oh my God. I'm going to try to do this real quickly for you. And again, I'm here if you guys have any questions. So again, this is.
Don't worry about the time frame. Just that's okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't want it to hang up on me. So yeah, here's some more questions. And then it asks about the children's term insurance rider. So again, yes or no questions. And let's scroll down here. So if they want to do the money purchase, say that they just say, I have $20, $30 set aside that I want to get a policy, what would that get me? So you can do the money purchase option, type it in, and it'll tell you what they'll get from it. So right here, the example was for $30, what would I get? So if they qualify for the level plan, where is it? Yeah. So if they had the Medicare supplement and they got the final expense, you can see that they could get the $6,000 over the $5,000. So it also helps having another policy. They can qualify for more. Same thing if you look at, where is it? $10. Yeah, they can go up to $9,000 if they wanted to. So it just lets you play with the money if you want to do monthly. They want to do it semi-annually, annually, whatever fits their budget. And let's scroll down. So right here, you can see where we went ahead and did $6,000 worth of benefit. The premium at a level plan would have been $34.83, but because they're qualified for that super preferred rate, it went down to $28.53. So it's a nice savings. I always love that extra discount if I can. And, pennies add up. These days, it's more like dollars. Dollars add up. But yeah, they can get both at the same time and save. So now, here's the long-term goal. I know this is, again, something I just learned, and I am kind of pushing the protection series because a lot of agents don't have a 401k. Now, Frank's the one that shared this with me. He used to be an employee here, and what his goal was is, well, agents don't get that 401k, so let's build a product that can help them do that. Let's look at the long term. So as he was putting here, he was saying that where if you do the first year, you can get a commission of 100%, and then from years 2 and on, 85. So that way you have that constant renewal stream coming in, and then that way it's beneficial for your client, beneficial for you, and it helps with the persistency. And so, and the rate stability. So yeah, you can see that there's really I guess you'd say perk to actually bundling these two together, because it's not just they're getting their final expense, but they're going to have it all under one umbrella of, hey, same app, but they get that extra savings on their final expense plan. And then, of course, the agent, you get something long stream. I mean, even if you wanted to do it, what did he have here? Up to 45 years. So if you pick someone who was young and got them a policy, as long as they paid that policy, you would have that 85% commission coming to you. So yeah, just throwing that out there. So yeah, these were some of his notes. He goes, make sure you tell them about this. Commissions are paid daily, and this is for their long-term renewal stream. And obviously with all of our products, not just our final expense, but we don't require any certifications. So that's one less thing you have to do every AEP, which I already got my AHIP notification. I'm like, no. So this will be one less, again, thing that you have to do every year. And where I was mentioning, you could do the paper app, and then that way you submit it electronically, because that way, we got everything correctly. We didn't have to try to figure out, was that a Y, was that a G, and things are processed a lot faster. Now we have it where you can turn your alerts on. I didn't add that to the slides, but it's where you can, if you want to be notified of if there's, like, say insufficient funds, or if there's a rate increase, or if somebody got approved, you can toggle those little switches on and off, and we'll alert you. If you want to know everything about your book of business, we will notify you. You just got to tell us, so we can get that for you. And sorry, I was trying to sneeze there. So here's an example where he said, after completing the Medicare supplement quote, you can ask them, would they like 3,000 or 5,000 to add to this? Because again, they're going to be saving that money. Who knows? They may want to do more, because when they see that, hey, I'm getting a discount, the more I get, the more I save. So again, the average is 20%. I think he said it's like 19.9 something rather. He goes, it's 20. It averages as 20. Again, we don't have any telephone interviews. This is, an easy way to show your applicants they can do the money purchase. So again, if they have a budget, they know I have, say, $40 extra to spend on something like this, you can customize it to fit what they have. Are there any questions so far? I know I ran through it, but, it's like 30 minutes. Okay. No, you can catch me later, right? So just in case any of your information gets compromised, please let us know. You can call us at 1-800-682-3213 so we can make sure that we protect you and, most importantly, the client.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do I talk?
Okay. Thought I was hearing some feedback. So if you want, let's say you have an issue, have a question, and you have a busy day, you can send it to us in an email. If it's something that takes more research, more to look up, they'll tend to send it to people like me. They'll go, hey, Justine, can you please help this agent with this issue, or help them explain how this product works. So we'll get back with you. But if you want, you can do chat. So if you're logged in, you're on the phone with your client, you don't want to do a three-way, chat with us. Our chat is actually monitored by our seasoned employees, so they're going to be a lot quicker with your response. Or you can send us an email. You can call us. Kevin was supposed to be on here, but he's traveling. he drew the short stick this week, so he's traveling. So you can always email us. We'll always love to help you. Anything to help promote our products, right? So, and then here's my counterpart. So let's say you're not asking about final expense, because I know what this is all about. But if you're asking about a product, let's say dental, vision, and hearing, or something to that effect, and I know certain states have specific, rules and regulations. I wouldn't know anything about New Jersey. Leah would, but I tell you, if it's a generic question, we all can help you. But I am your main focus point. You can see I'm the knucklehead on the far right-hand side, your regional sales manager. Again, you can email us, call us, text us, chat with us, whatever. We're here for you. I think that was pretty much, oh no, sales incentives, hello. We want to reward you for doing such a great job. You guys aren't LOA, right?
What's LOA?
Nope, direct.
Perfect, yay. Okay, that's a good thing. So if I can scroll back up, there we go. So we reward you on top of your commission. So if you submitted 5 Medicare supplements, doesn't matter if they're open enrollment, they're an underwritten, or if they're guaranteed issue, that triggers the benefit payout. So if it's electronically submitted, you can see that, hey, we encourage that. We pay more for that too. So if you submit, let's say, an underwritten policy, you're going to get $100. And if you submit that final expense with it, well, you're going to get them the savings on the final expense. And we don't do the bonus on the Ascendo, but we do on the protection series, which is the one I was telling you, 20%. So you can get that additional $25. And again, this is on top of your commission. So there is no limit. I see like the emails that goes to, well, those are LOA, but I'll see who gets all these bonuses every month. And it's a nice, pat on the back, because again, this is on top of your commission. And it just depends on the time periods, but really we do these every year or all year. You'll see Q3 in a few months and Q4. So don't worry, this is not going away, but hey, it's additional money. Now, also, this is where I'll be really excited. So because of COVID, we really had to change our structure. We used to do those fancy trips, and this thing just doesn't want to move just right. There we go. Okay, well, you know what it says, your reward. So we want to let you choose where you want to go, because those trips take like 2 years to plan. So we're going to go ahead and say, hey, here's the amount. You pick where you want to go, and we will have our concierge white glove service plan everything for you. They will have better access to a lot of deals than you would probably be aware of, but you can pick wherever you want to go. I mean, it's up to you. Now, we do, for the Medicare supplement, is dollar for dollar. So if you sold a policy and it's, I don't know, let's just say $2,000 for the year, then that's $2,000 you get credit towards it. If you do final expense, that's 2 for 1. So let's say, I'm just, again, throwing numbers out there. If it's $1,000 for a year's premium, you're getting credit for 2. If it's complimentary, which means pretty much everything else, like dental vision, our cancer policies, it is 3 to 1. So when I first started Aetna, I did go on one of those fancy trips to Palm Springs, and I met one of our agents that went there just from selling the dental vision and hearing. So she worked smarter, not harder, and you could see 3 to 1. So that's how she qualified. So it is very attainable, and even if you don't meet the limit of 225,000, if you at least hit 190, you get nice what do you call it, giveaways. You get the iPad Pro or Apple Pencil, or if you want to do the everywhere bag. So I mean, we try to compensate you on top of the commission. So you can always go to your more details at aetnaseniorproducts.com. I will also send these as an email to Spencer, so you guys readily have it. And I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, thank you. So was there anything that you want me to go back to so we can take a deeper look, or do it another time? I'm at your disposal.
I've got a question.
Sure.
Okay, so to get the preferred rate through Aetna, let's say you're insured through your employer with Aetna. Does that also?
No, it has to be a Medicare supplement.
Medicare supplement. Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But hey, it's 20%. I love that.
Hi, I have a question. Could you highlight
Sure.
the main difference between Ascendo and Protection?
That would be at the top. I put in the side by side. So really not much difference. I mean, you've got like maybe when it comes to the issue ages, there's a 5-year difference. If you've got a client that doesn't have the spotless health, they most likely will qualify for the modified, and that would be the Ascendo, which they still can get that super preferred bundling discount of 10%, and at least they got a policy put in place. And again, it's in red, but they're pretty much identical, especially on the underwriting side.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, anyone else?
I have a question in regards to, you mentioned the term rider. Under what conditions through underwriting, if there are like a level or some other kind of condition, preferred or non-preferred, when can that term rider be placed, and on which of these two?
The term rider. Let's see back here. Did I go over that one? Where is the term rider? Did I pass it?
You just mentioned that it was a rider, I believe, but you go back up one page. It said extended term insurance. Go up one more. There you go. In lower left, go back down one.
Go down one?
Go back down. Yeah, and then you see in the lower left corner of the quadrant, extended term insurance.
Okay, so you want me to try to define that a different way?
No, you just mentioned that there was a term rider or term insurance that could be added to. Is that going to be either of the two policies?
Well, no, I'd say I'm trying to interpret what your question is. I know the Ascendo and the Protection Series, they have all these options available. So it's not necessarily the extended term insurance is just for the Ascendo or the Protection Series. It is on both. Was that what you were asking? I don't think that was, but
I think
it's on both.
I think the rider that was mentioned was a children's term rider. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay, well, they both have that. They are portable, so once they reach legal age, they can have their separate policy.
So that converts over to another term policy, or would that be another final expense coverage instead of term?
That actually is a good question. Let me find out for sure because I really don't want to give the wrong answer. Term or whole new. I will find out and let Spencer know.
Yeah, you can email us that information when you send the slides or whatever you're going to send to us.
Okay.
Okay, my name's Craig Wright.
And Justine, this is Lou. Spencer is actually on the phone right now, but it's Lou. It's Lou from Smith and Giannis. I'll also let him. And if you talk to him, I'll make sure everybody gets what they need.
Okay, great. Okay. Anything else?
Just thank you for us.
No. I know it was a lot, but again, I know originally it was asking about just the Ascendo, but when I heard that 20% and I understood what he was getting at, which actually I'll throw that back up real quick, where Frank was trying to show, was it up or down? I did this late last night, so my apologies. There we go. No, that's not it. Where did I put it? It's further down. I had 3 webinars today and 3 things to do last night, so I don't remember where I plugged what where. Okay, so yeah, this is where he was going, was trying to make sure you guys have a 401k in place. As long as they pay their premium, you've got that renewal stream, and that actually is something with all of our plans. But I like that 85%.
So 85% of whatever the commission that was the first year commission, and it's still going to be monthly 85% commission?
Yes, your commission will be 85% for that year. So his goal was longevity. That way you have that 401k per se set in place.
So any production we do through you, we can set that into a 401k. Is that what you're saying with you?
No. Don't quote me on that. No, since agents do not have a 401k set up because they're not through an employer, he says he wanted to have some type of renewal stream that could be kind of considered something as your long-term renewal, like you're going to have this consistently coming to you, like if you did have a 401k when you retired.
I understand, said the blind man. Thank you.
Well, I'm trying to interpret someone else's interpretation. So, but yeah, I thought that was nice because the Ascendo, yes, it pays the commission right up front. That's where their bulk is in the beginning, and then it dwindles down. This one is meant to stay strong forever, or as long as they pay the policy, or as long as, it's in effect, or alive, or they're alive, whatever. You got my point.
Yeah, I like that. Plus the 20% benefit for the client if they have an additional product.
Yeah. So if you sold them 6 years ago, that's fine. If you sold them last week, that's fine. It's the same underwriting question. So if you had someone you were already putting through underwritten for MedSup, there's no additional questions for final expense. Okay. Anything else?
If not, Justine, thank you very, very much. Again, this is Lou, and we appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Lou, and I will send this over to Spencer. I'll give you the little condensed version, but I will also give you the whole thing, so that way you can dig a little deeper if you want to. But I was just trying to highlight what I thought, wow, all the wow moments on the plan. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. And, you know, if I'm stumped, believe me, I know who to go to.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Y'all have a great rest of your week.
You also, Justine. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.